Hello and welcome to another planning appeal case study video. I'm John Peters, and in this video I'm going to explain how we overcame a recent refusal by Bridgend Council for one of our clients. This planning appeal was to overcome the refusal for a variation of Annex design that was refused by the local authority, Bridgend Council Planning Department. Our client was initially booked in for a free no obligation consultation to run through the refusal reasons that had been used by Bridgend Council to evaluate if an appeal was viable or if an alternative option would be best suited for them. The free no obligation consultation, which in this case took around about 17 minutes, found that the case was viable for appeal to the Planning Inspectorate, taking the decision process away from Bridgend Council Planning Department altogether. This case was refused for the following reasons. The development, by reason of its siting, design and amended roof form, would represent an unsympathetic and incongruous addition to the property and wider street scene, having a detrimental impact on local visual amenities. The development, by reason of its siting, design and revised roof form, would have an unreasonable, dominant, unlabelling impact on neighbouring properties to the detriment of the residential amenities enjoyed by the occupants of the neighbouring properties. These refusal reasons are totally subjective and are perfect for an appeal. It is not unusual for us to find a number of errors in various local authority planning officers' decisions. These errors do help support the appeal cases. We do suspect the increase in these errors recently has been caused by the cutbacks at local authorities and unprecedented increase in workloads that are piled on the reduced number of planning officers. Many of you are repeatedly stating to us that during your no obligation planning appeal assessment that you had little or no correspondence from the local authority throughout the application process, and the first thing that you knew was receiving the refusal notice from the council, and in some cases when you received a letter from ourselves. With planning appeals, experience matters. Our specialist appeals team, who handle over 2.5% of all planning appeals in England and Wales that are currently produced, start by producing a comprehensive and robust appeal statement that in this specific case covered 41 pages, and that was just over 8,300 words. It's important to detail in the appeal statement where the local authority failed in their assessment of the case and how and where possible both local and national policy applies in favour of the appeal. Additionally, if possible, bringing in similar cases that the Planning Inspectorate found in favour of at appeal. Obviously, with the back catalogue we have of wins, we're able to use these cases and what the inspector said in them as additional argument to support the case we are working on. Recently, we had a client state that a competitor had said to them that they use our wins to help them produce their appeals. I suppose that is a compliment to our team, but obviously with that method it does not give them the underlying knowledge to be able to adapt arguments to specific cases, and it is important to know that no two cases are the same and the arguments need to be produced for the specific case in hand. Once an appeal statement is completed, we send the document to our client asking them to check that they are happy for us to submit the case. If we need to add any information, it's done at this point. The client may have forgotten to give us it. And then we will submit the case. It is vitally important that all documents and responses are submitted on time throughout the process, as failure to do so will result in the appeal not being successful, something we hear about often when people attempt an appeal for the first time themselves. Always ensure you use a professional who has considerable experience of appeals. It's worth asking them for some recent successful planning appeal case studies like you'll find on our website. Due to the large number of cases we represent, we have a dedicated team that liaises with the Planning Inspectorate on a daily basis. For this appeal, an independent planning inspector from the Planning Inspectorate visited the site on the 14th of February, and we're pleased to confirm that the appeal was upheld and permission granted on the 21st of February in a 5-page appeal decision notice. If you'd like to find out if we can help you with your planning appeal, complete our online form on our website www.planningappealsuk.com, and our new case support team will arrange for a free no obligation consultation with one of our planning appeal assessment professionals. Would you like to find an appeal case study for a certain type of application or even in a selected area. We have so many, and not all of them are published or filmed, but that does not mean we can't show you what you're looking for. Ask our planning appeal assessment team during your free no obligation consultation. Thank you for taking the time to watch this planning appeal case study video, and I look forward to producing another one very shortly. Thanks a lot. Bye.